أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما إن شاء الله واجمعين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to LQ Milton, class number 51. Alhamdulillah, we are online and it's minus 32, feels like minus 32 outside today. So, Jazakallah for joining the class. Today we are going to take it easy, inshallah. We'll do lesson number 10. It's a very easy lesson. It's easy because Dr. Saab, for the first time in this course, has introduced Fi'l Mudare. But during our journey, we have been practicing Fi'l Mudare and we are familiar with it. So, this lesson should not be an issue for us, not at all. In this lesson, beside Fi'l Mudare, in which he is only introducing the Huwa form of Mudare, the first form, the Huwa form, not going to the entire conjugation, just the first form Huwa, third person singular masculine, that's it. Also in this lesson, he is giving us a hint of a new concept, which is a very good concept, and then inshallah in the next class we will bring some ayahs from the Quran where the concept of hal is introduced. Okay, hal, the condition. Hal means the condition. If somebody is doing something in a certain condition, then we call it hal, and then the person who is in this hal, in this condition, is called sahibu hal, the person of interest or the person that is in this condition, and it is used in Quran and it's a beautiful concept. One of the famous ayah is Iza ja'a nasrullahi wal fath ra'aita an-nasa yadkhuluna fi dinillahi afwaja. What is this afwaja? In droves, like one after another in droves. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that people are entering in the deen of Allah, fi dinillahi, in what conditions? Afwaja, it's mansoob, in droves, in that condition they are entering drove by drove. So, this is something, a grammatical concept, more details in book 3, but in lesson number 10 Dr. Saab is giving us a small hint. So, inshallah we will begin our lesson number 10. It's page number 69. A conversation between two people, Zakaria and Musa. Zahaba Zakaria li ziyarati Hamidin ba'da salatil fajri. Stop here. Let's just do the simple translation first. Zahaba Zakaria, Zakaria went, li ziyarati, to visit, Hamidin, to visit Hamid, ba'da, after salatil fajri. It's easy, right? We can translate it, alhamdulillah. Now, let us do a very quick grammatical analysis of it. Zahaba, what kind of verb is this? Fi'l madi, past tense, right? Where is the file? Whenever there is a verb, there is a file, there is a doer of the action. Where is the file here? Zakaria, right? Now, Zakaria is the proper noun, right? Even though I do not see a dhamma there, but I know proper nouns in their original form are marfu. So, Zakaria is the file, and files are always marfu, right? Files are always marfu. So, do not just imagine that Zakaria we do not have a dhamma at the end. It is a proper noun, and proper nouns by default, and all nouns by default are in marfu form. So, Zakaria is your file. Li harfjar ziyarati is a majroor, very simple, to visit. Zakaria went to visit Hamidin, visit of Hamid, mudaf mudaf alayh, ba'da, after, zarf, salatil fajri. Salati is your mudaf alayh, wa huwa mudaf, and al fajri mudaf alayh, right? Why Salati is playing two roles here? Because it is A coming after the zarf, and B al fajri is the mudaf alayh. So, Salati here is playing two roles here, mudaf alayh and mudaf, after the prayer of Fajr. Walakinnahu, what is this waw ataf? Lakinna, and but, lakinna min akhwatu inna. Where is ismu lakinna? Who, ismu lakinna who, mansubun, right? Mansubun. And where is the khabar lakinna? Ma wajadahu, and but he did not find him. Ma is harfu nafi, ma is harfu nafi, right? Wajada who, and he did not. Wajada means he found, and when we say ma wajada, he did not find, right? So, ma wajada who, he did not find whom? Who? Maf'ulun bihi. Yeah, we'll go. Who? Maf'ulun bihi, right? Who is maf'ulun bihi? Now, I want everyone to pay attention here, because this is another concept in lesson number 10. To negate the madi, Dr. Saab has used harfu nafi ma. Okay, keep that in mind. Ma wajadahu, he did not find him. Fil baiti, in the house. Jarun wa majrurun. Faqala, so he said. Libnihi, li harf jar, ibni ism majrur, wa huwa mudaf, and he mudaf alayh. His son, so he said. Faqala, fa is harf, so qala, he said, li, to ibnihi, his son, Musa. Now, what is the grammatical value of Musa here? Badal. Even if I remove Musa, libnihi, his son, to his son, right? This is a litmus test. Remember, for the badal we always do the litmus test. And if I remove ibnihi, his son, and I say Musa, then li Musa, his to Musa. So badal is an alternate, right? So, this is a litmus test. Aina abuka, where is your father? Aina abuka, where is your father? Musa said, Zahaba ila suki, very simple, right? Zahaba ila suki. Now, what kind of jumla is this? Jumla failure. Where is and in Madi, Zahaba, he went. Where is the file? Mustatir, taqdiruhu huwa. Very good. Ila suki, to the market, right? To the market. Jar majroor, that's it. Zakaria said, Ayazhabu ila suki kulla yawmin. Now comes first time Dr. Saab in this course is providing us or introducing us with fil mudare yazhabu, zahaba, yazhabu, right? But we are already familiar with mudare and the conjugation, and we know where the files are, we know they are marfu, we know what kind. So yazhabu, it is marfu, yes. Yazhabu failun mudareun marfuun bi damma, because there is a damma at the end of it, right? There is a damma at the end of it. What is this here? Harfu istifham, right? And what do we know about harfu istifham? It always come in the beginning of the sentence, always, always. Even though sometimes it does not belong in the end, but still it said no. What we say, Queen Victoria, they have to be in the front. Ayazhabu ila suki kulla yawmin. Does he go? Yazhabu. Now we are not talking in past tense now. Now we are talking in present tense. Does he go ila suki, to the market, kulla yawmin, every day? Kulla yawmin. Kulla means everything, right? Yawmin, kulla yawmin, every day. Now kullu we know is a special particle, as we know, among others like zu, which declines properly. Okay, kullu, kulla, kulli, right? And after kullu comes mudaf alayh. We know this thing, we have already learned this thing, right, Inam bhai? We have learned this thing. Now it is kulla is mansoob because it is playing a role of a zarf here. This is something we have not learned yet. We call it naibu zarf. In book 3 we will learn about it, but for now just keep that in mind. Don't get confused, because kullu is not coming in its natural form, it is coming in the mansoob form. Why is it coming in a mansoob form? Because it is deputizing the zarf, because when I say every day, I am pointing towards the adverb of time. Now I am going to detail, I don't know, it's my habit. Because when I say kulla yawmin, I'm talking in adverb of time now, right? So when I say every day, so kulla is actually used as a deputizing the zarf. It is playing the role of a zarf here. It's not a zarf itself, but it's playing a deputizing zarf. So that's why we call it zarf, and yawmin is a mudaf alayh, because after zarf come mudaf alayh. Some zarfs they need mudaf alayh, and kulla also needs mudaf alayh, right? So this is the concept. So but we'll learn more about it in book 3, inshallah. Musa said naam. Musa jo hai, Musa is the son of Hamid, right? Musa said naam, yes. Harful jawab. Yazhabu, he goes, right? Yazhabu daiman ila suki ba'da salatil fajri. Let's do the quick translation here. He goes, always goes, daiman, always goes, ila suki, to the market, ba'da, after salatil fajri. He always goes. Daiman is your zarf, always, adverb of time, adverb always, adverb of time. That's why it is mansoob, right? That's why it is mansoob. Yazhabu, he goes, always goes, ila suki, jarun wa majrurun, ba'da, zarf, salati, mudaf alayh, and then wahuwa mudaf, al fajri mudaf alayh. Zakaria said, Mata yarji'u min as-suki. Raja'a, he returned. Yarji'u, he returns. He returns. Now we are talking or dealing in present tense now. Mata yarji'u, when does he return? Minas suki, from the market. Musa said, yarji'u, he returns, fi sa'ati sabiyati, at 7 o'clock. He returns at 7 o'clock. Wa ahyanan, what is the meaning of ahyanan? Sometimes. Wa ahyanan fi sa'ati saminati, and sometimes at 8 o'clock. Yarja'u, where is the file? Right. So, whenever there is a jumla failure or a verbal sentence, the first thing is read through the jumla and then see if there is a noun which is marfu. When it is marfu, immediately say this is my file. If you don't find it, then it most likely it is mustatir. Right. In this case, I don't see any noun marfu in this sentence. So, it is mustatir taqdiruhu huwa, and we are talking about Hamid. Zakaria said, Maza yaf'alu fil bayti. Maza means what? Maza yaf'alu fa'ala. He did, right? Fa'ala, yaf'alu, he does. Fa'ala, maza fa'ala, what he does, fil bayti, in the house. Jarun majrurun, right? And what is the answer? Musa said, what did Musa said? Yaqra'u, qara'a, he read. Yaqra'u, he reads. Is it a transitive verb? Is it mutaaddi? Yes, he reads what? As-suhufa. Wa, he reads as-suhufa, newspaper. Wa, and harfu ataf, samea, he heard. Yasma'u, he hears. Is it mutaaddi transitive verb? Yes. Al-akhbara, what does he hear? The news. Minal izaati, from the radio station. Jarun majrur, minal izaati, from the radio. It's a very simple lesson, right? There's nothing, small little concepts here and there, but we know most of it. Where is the file in yaqra'u and yasma'u? Mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. In this lesson, since Dr. Saab is introducing the mudare for the first time, he is only using the first huwa form, but we know all the 14 forms. Zakaria then said, Mata yazhabu ilal masna'i. Mata, when. Yazhabu, he goes, ilal masna'i, to the factory. Masna'i, factory. When does he go? To the factory. Musa said, Yazhabu, he goes, fi sa'ati sa'ayati wa nisfi. Yazhabu, where is the file? Mustatir, because I don't see any noun here which is marfu here. So, yazhabu, musfa'il, mustatir, hidden, taqdiruhu huwa. Fi sa'ati tasayati wa nisfi, at 9:30. He goes to the factory at 9:30. Zakaria said, wa mata, and when, yarji'u min hunaka. He's interrogating Musa, right? He's interrogating Musa. Zakaria said, wa mata yarji'u, and when does he return, min hunaka, from there. Hunaka means there. It is zarf, but this is a kind of zarf which does not need the mudaf alayh. Okay, some zarf they do not. They explain themselves amply. They don't need the zarf. And lesson number 11 in Ambai, it's a lesson I remember in the previous session 4 or 5 years ago. I know you really enjoyed it. It was a lesson where two strange people they met in the bus. I don't know if you recall, and you recall that, and you really laughed at that lesson. So we had so much fun. So two strangers, they met in the bus, and one person interrogated, and then he knew everything about him. Where does he live? How many daughters, kids, how many sons, what do they do? And in the end, he just left the bus. He got all the personal information from that person, two strangers, and then he left. Lack of privacy. We don't do that here in Canada. Okay. Musa said, Yarji'u, he returns. Fi sa'atil wahidati, he returns at 1 o'clock. Wanisfi at 1:30, or asaniyati, or 2 o'clock. Okay. I don't stress too much on the numbers. Okay, there are so many rules and complicated rules with the numbers. It's not part of our, not the objective of this course. We are understanding or learning the language to understand the Quran, right? So most of the letters, the numbers are not very. No point understanding all these rules. It's going to complicate our understanding, anyways. Zakaria said, "Ayazhabu ilal masna'i marrata ukhra ba'da zuhri." Does he go to the factory once more or once again? Marrata ukhra, once more or once again. Ba'da zuhri, after zuhr. What is the answer? Musa said, La. Harful jawab. La yazhabu ba'da zuhri. He does not go after the zuhr. La is harful jawab. Then comes jumla fe'liya in negation. La, no. Yazhabu, he does not go. La yazhabu, he does not go. Ba'da zahri, after the zuhr. Remember, when we started this lesson, I said, remember, ma wajadahu, he did not find him, and Dr. Saab negated the fail madi with ma. What is happening here? He is doing the negation of mudare with la. Difference. Do you see the difference? That's the grammatical rule he is trying to teach us. When we negate the madi verb, we negate it by ma, and it happens in the Quran. When we negate the mudare, we negate it with la. Both are harfu nafi, and this is the rule. It's clear. La yazhabu ba'da zahri, fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. Yajlisu, he sits. Huna, there. Zarf, fi maktabihi, in his office. Ba'da salatil asri, after asr prayer. Yajlisu huna fi maktabihi ba'da salatil asri. Where is the file? Mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. Jalasa, yajlisu, zahaba, yazhabu, raja'a, yarji'u. So these are the basic 3-letter verbs, sound, that are introduced in this lesson. Basic, right? Zakaria said, Kam amilan. Now kam comes. How many? How many what? How many books? How many dollars? How many chairs? How many tables? What? Amilan. So we need to bring tamyiz. Amilan. How many workers? Ya'malu. Amala, he worked. Ya'malu, he works. Fi masna'akum. How many workers work in your factory? Musa said, Masna'una, our factory. Laisa bi kabirin. Laisa is not big. Laisa, what is Laisa? Laisa is fail, right? It's fail. Failu naqis wa jamid, deficient and static, right? So let's, and then that's why we keep repeating these concepts. Why? Because Laisa means he is not, right? But then we say it Fe'lu Naqis because the proper understanding of this verb is not understood. He is not what? He is not a man, he is not a boy, he is not a teacher or anything, right? So Laisa is Naqis because it is deficient. So to make a complete sense out of Laisa, we need to have Ismu Laisa and Khabar Laisa, right? Ismu Laisa and Khabar Laisa. And where is the Ismu Laisa? Mustatir, taqdiruhu huwa, right? And where is the Khabar Laisa? Bi kabirin, right? Now Laisa 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time comes with harf jar bi. To remember this concept, always recall Alaysa Allahu bi ahkamil hakimin. This is how I remembered it. And whenever during the studies, whenever there is a concept, I always associated that concept with an ayah of the Quran. So that concept come, I go back to the ayah. Okay, this is the ayah I had, and then I would remember all the rules right away, right? So, but everyone is different. So Laisa comes, Alaysa Allahu. Allahu is Ismu Laisa, marfu. Now Ismu Laisa is always marfu, right? And Khabar Laisa is majroor. So Alaysa Allahu bi ahkami al hakimin, bi ahkamil hakimin, right? So here Musa says masnauna, our factory, Laisa bi kabirin, is not big, right? And we can do masnauna is your mubtada, it is and wahuwa it is mudaf, and na is your mudaf alayh. And where is the khabar? Where is the khabar in this jumla ismiya? Laisa bi kabirin, jumla failure coming as a khabar, right? Ya'malu fihi mi'atun wa khamsatun wa ishruna amilan wa muhandisani. Now this is what he is saying, Musa. Ya'malu works, fihi in it what? Fihi jarun majrun, in masna'u, in the factory, works, mi'atun 100, wa khamsatun and 5, wa ishruna 20, 125. Amilan is your tamyiz, right? Workers, 125 what? Amilan, workers. Now ya'malu, is it a verb? Yes. Is this a jumla failure? Yes. Where is the file? Where is the file in this jumla? Now remember, whenever there is a noun in verbal sentence and it is marfu, we immediately say this is your file. So where is the noun which is marfu here? Mi'atun, 100, that is your file. 100 is your file. Wa khamsatun, again another file, matufun ala miyatun, and 5. Wa ishruna is also marfu. Wow is the sign of it being marfu, right? 20 also matufun ala miyatun, right? So 125. Now miyatun, khamsatun, ishruna, they are all connected together, acting as a compound file for ya'malu. Works in it 125. Now 110 works in it 125 what? 125 machinery, 125 boys, 120 what? Amilan. So we bring tamiz, workers. Amilan. Now amala, he worked. From that make ism file in the pattern of fa'ilun. Mashallah, we have increased the number. Yeah. Amilun, fa'ilun, amilun, and then make it as tamiz, amilan, we know ism, we know how to make ism file, right. So, whenever there is a verb, we can make a noun out of it, and that noun we call it ismu file on a pattern of fa'ilun, the basic one. For example, nasara, nasirun, raja'a, raji'un, amala, amilun, fa'ala, fa'ilun, right. So, amala, amilun, and make it mansub amilan as a coming as a tamiz, wa muhandisani, and 2 engineers. We will do it after the class. Yeah. What's the question?
We just raised hand.
Faraz bhai, can we? Yeah. Zakaria said. Okay, after the class. Yeah. Zakaria said, "As-saatu al-ana, as-saatu al-ana tasi'atu illa rub'an." Zakaria said, time now, as-saatu, the time, al-ana, now, the time now, at-tasi'atu ila ruban, 8:45, wama raja'a abuka, wama raja'a, and he's asking. Now ma is coming as harfu, is coming as an istifhamia, right, ma istifhamia, wama raja'u abuka, when does he does he return, your father, when does your father return? Musa said, la'allahu yarji'u al-yawma mutaakhiran. Now la'alla is ismu min akhwatu inna, min akhwatu inna. What do we know about la'alla? La'alla comes in the Quran a lot of time, right, all the time. What is the meaning of la'alla? Perhaps, right, perhaps. Now la'alla comes in the Quran most of the time in a taraji form. What do I mean by that? La'alla can have 2 emotions. One is called at-taraji, which means hope, perhaps, hope, we hope, right, or al-ishwaq, I fear something for you, right. But I think you research and you said most of the time Allah is using la'alla in at-taraji form, most of the time, or maybe I don't know all of the time, but in hope. So la'alla is coming as, now here Musa is saying la'allahu yarji'u al-yawma mutaakhiran, I fear he returns today late, mutaakhiran, returns late today mutaakhiran. So that means he is using la'alla in al-ishfaq form, right. So la'alla, where is ismu la'alla? Who, right, mansub. And where is khabar la'alla? Yarji'u al-yawma, jumla fi'liya, yarji'u al-yawma mutaakhiran, he returns today, al-yawma mutaakhiran, late. Now mutaakhiran, right, what is it? Hal. In what condition he is returning? In what condition he will return? Mutaakhiran, late, hal. So this is what we call the condition, the hal. And where is the sahibu hal? Huwa, which is hidden in yarji'u. Aliba is clear? There I said your name. So we'll learn more about it. There's an exercise. Let's do the tamareen. Ajib anil as'ilatil atiyati, answer the following questions. This is all we are learning in lesson number 10. There's nothing more to it. Ajib anil as'ilatil atiyati li ziyarati man zahaba Zakaria, to whom Zakaria went to see, to visit, or to see, to visit. Zahaba Zakaria li ziyarati Hamidin. It's in the lesson, right? Zakaria went to visit Hamid. Mata Zahaba, when did he go? Zahaba Ba'da Salatul Fajri, he went after Salatul Fajri. Aina yazhabu Hamidun Ba'da Salatul Fajri, where does Hamid go Ba'da, after Salatul Fajri? Where does he go? I think he goes to al-Suki, right? Yeah, yazhabu ila Suki Ba'da Salatul Fajri, he goes to the market after Salatul Fajri. Mata yarji'u min as-suki, when does he return from the market? Min as-suki, I think he returns yarji'u fi sa'atil sabiyati, at 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock. Yeah, that's correct. Maza yaf'alu fil bayti, what does he do in the house? I think he yaqra'u as-suhufa wa yasma'u al-akhbara min al-iza'ati, right? That's what he does. Mata yazhabu ila al-masna'u, when does he go to the factory? When does he go? Yazhabu fi sa'ati tasiyati wa nisfi, at 9:30. Kam amilan ya'malu fi masna'ihi, how many workers work in his factory? Ya'malu fihi miyatun wa khamsatun wa ishruna amilan, right? That's easy, everything is in the lesson. Kam muhandisan ya'malu fi masna'ihi, how many engineers works in his factory? Ya'malu fihi muhandisani, 2 engineers. Ya'malu fihi muhandisani, just 2 engineers. So that is easy. Number 2, sah, correct. Ma yali, what follows? Hamidun ibn Musa, no, that is wrong. Musa ibn Hamidin, it's the other way around. Musa is the son of Hamid, Hamid is not the son of Musa. So we do the cross check there. Yazhabu Hamidun ila suki ahyanan, Hamid yazhabu, Hamid goes ila suki, to the market, ahyanan, sometimes. Ahyanan means sometimes. Yeah, well, that's wrong. Daiman, every time. Number 3, yazhabu Hamidun ila al-masna'i, I don't have the Arab, so I have to think. Yazhabu Hamidun ila al-masna'i fi sa'ati saminati wa nisfi, Hamid goes to the factory at 8:30. No, that's not true. He goes to the factory 9:30, at tasiyati wa nisfi, at 9:30. Number 4, yazhabu Hamidun, Hamid goes ila al-masna'i ba'da salatil zuhri aidan, Hamid goes to the factory after salatul zuhri also. No, that's not wrong. He always goes after after Asr. No, he goes mata yazhabu ila al-masna'i wa mata after Asr, right? Ba'd Asr, Ba'd al-Asr, yeah. So that is correct then. Number 6, Masna'un Hamidin Kabirun, that is wrong. Laisa bi Kabirin, it is not big. Laisa bi Kabirin. Number 3, Ta'amal amsilatil atiyati, ponder the following examples: al madi and al mudare. That's all Dr. Saab is doing. Zahaba aliyun ilal madrasati amsi. Ali went to the madrasa, to the school, amsi, yesterday. Yazhabu aliyun ilal madrasati kulla yawmin. Ali goes to the school every day. Qara'a Ismailul Qur'ana. Ismail read the Quran. Yaqra'u Ismailu. Ismail reads. Al Qur'ana reads what? Al Qur'ana mafulun bihi ba'da salatil fajri kulla yawmin, after salatul fajr every day. Ghasala ar-rajulu sayyaratahu. The man washed his car. Washed what? Sayyarata. Mafulun bihi. Sayyaratahu. That's why it is mansub. Yaghsilu ar-rajulu sayyaratahu kulla asbu'in. The man washes sayyaratahu, his car, kulla usbuin, every week. So just ponder upon it, read through it again and see the difference. Translate it, try to find the file in there. We don't have much time, but it's easy. Number 4, Ta'amal amsilat. Ponder the following example: Waktub and write mudare al af'alul atiyati, and write the mudare of the following verbs: Kataba yaktubu, jalasa yajlisu, zahaba yazhabu, samaya yasmau. Right. So there are different babs. There. So let's just do it very quickly. Kataba yaktubu, and then let's do by column. Kataba yaktubu, dakhala yadkhulu, kharaja yakhruju, sajada yasjudu, akala yakulu, qatala yaqtulu. Okay. Jalasa, he sat. Jalasa yajlisu. Now the ain kalima is getting a kasra here, right? Jalasa yajlisu, ghasala yaghsilu, raja'a yarji'u, nazala yanzilu. Write it down. Just follow the pattern. Nazala yanzilu, kasara yaksiru, daraba yadribu. Right. Now the ain kalima is getting the kasra. Now the next one, ain kalima, is getting the fatha. Zahaba yazhabu, raka'a yarka'u, rafa'a yarfa'u, fa'ala yaf'alu, sa'ala yas'alu, fataha yaftahu. Easy. Number 4, samaya yasma'u, fahima yafhamu, laiba yal'abu, hafiza yahfazu, shariba yashrabu, rakiba yarkabu. Easy. They're all easy. Just follow the pattern. Number 5. Akmil, complete al jumla al atiyati, the following sentences with fi'l mudare, suitable fi'l mudare in the blank. Abi, my father, ila suki kulla sabahin, my father does something to the market every morning. Yazhabu, he goes to the market. My father goes to the market every day. Where is the file? Abu is the file. Number 2, when abuka, your father, minal masnai, from the factory. Your father does something. When does he does something when from the factory? Yarji'u, when your father returns from the factory. Ahmadul kahwata, Ahmad did something to kahwa, it's a coffee. Yashribu Ahmadul kahwata, Ahmad drinks the coffee. Wa yashribu Yusufu ashaya, and Yusuf drinks the tea. Number 4, akhi suhufa, he does something to the newspaper. my brother yaqra'u as-suhufa, reads the newspaper. Wa yasma'u al-akhbara min al-izaati, and he hears the news from the radio station kulla sabahin, every morning. Number 5, al-mudarrisu ala saburati. Al-mudarris, the teacher, did something to the board. We didn't do anything to the board today. Yaktabu, he writes. Al-mudarris writes ala saburati. If you want to negate that, just like today, we negate it by la. La yaktabu. Yeah, the mudarris did not write on the does not write on the board.
Or if we do it in Madi, then
ma ma kataba, because Madi is negated by ma. Exactly. Number 6, Hisham does something to his face with the soap, bisabuna, right? Ghasala yaghsilu. Hisham washes. Wajha, washes what? Wajha, face, right? What? His face. Wahuwa mudaf and mudaf alayh, bisabuna, with the soap. Number 7, al mudiru min al madrasati fi saat saniyati. The director does something from the school at 8 o'clock, right? Yakhriju, kharaja yakhriju. Let's have him leave. We do not want the director in the school, right? So they can be free. Yakhriju, kharaja yakhriju, yakhruju. Number 6, very easy, numbers. Okay, we'll do very quickly. Ikra ma yali, read the following. Okay, wahidun wa ishruna taliban. Wahidun wa ishruna means 21. Asnani wa ishruna 22. Salasatun wa ishruna 23. Arbaatun wa ishruna 24. Khamsatun wa ishruna 25. Sittatun wa ishruna 26. Sab'atun wa ishruna 27. Samaniyatun wa ishruna 28. Tis'atun wa ishruna 29. Salasuna 30. Now we have the key here. All in the next exercise, exercise number 7, we just have to replace a number with these. So for example, fish shahari 29, what do we use? Tisatun wa ishruna, or salasuna yawman. In the month there are either 29 or 30 days. So all we are doing is just taking the number and putting, so that we get the practice. Number 2, fi hazihil hafilati, in this bus 25. What is 25? Khamsatun wa ishruna. Rakiban means riders, right? In this bus there are 25 riders. Number 3, ja'al yawma, came today 22. Asnani wa ishruna 22. Taliban jadidan, 22 new students. Number 4, fi hazal kitabi, in this book 21 darsan, there are 21 lessons. What is 21? Wahidun wa ishruna. So just replace it with wahidun wa ishruna. Number 5, hazal malabu, this playground. Tulahu, tula means the length of it, 28. Samaniyatu wa ishruna, 28 meters. Wa ardahu, and the width 24, which is arba'atu wa ishrina mitran, 24 meters. Number jazakallah inam bhai. Number 6, kam kilometran, how many kilometers? Al musafatu, the distance. Bainal madinati wal matar, between the city and the airport. Al musafatu, the distance, bainahuma, between the two of them, is salasatu wa ishruna, 23 kilometran, right. I am not going why they are mansub kilometran, because they are tamyiz. From 11 to 99, when the numbers come, the madud, the thing which is being counted is tamyiz. But again, I am saying there are too many rules, it is not for us, I am just saying it. Haza daftari, this notebook, tulahu, length of it 27, sab'atun wa ishruna, 27 centimeters, right. That is all we are doing, very easy. Just number 8, ta'ammal ma yali, ponder the following. Mubakkiran, early, mutaakhiran, late. Now these are hal, right, these are hal. Mubakkiran, early. For example, if I come for the fajr prayer early, so thereby you do, so you come mubakkiran, and somebody who is coming after you or coming mutaakhiran. So we have mubakkiran and we have mutaakhiran, right. So number 1, zahabtu ilal madrasati, I went to the school, al yawma, today, mubakkiran, early, right, early. Wa raja'tu, and I returned, ilal baiti, to the house, mutaakhiran, late. Now this mubakkiran, so when I say zahabtu ilal madrasati al yawma mubakkiran, I went to the school today in what condition? Mubakkiran, early. Where is the sahibu hal? Tu is the sahibu hal, because tu is the file, so tu is the sahib hal. Wa raja'tu, and I returned, ilal baiti, to the house, mutaakhiran, late. Number 2, zahabat Layla, Layla went, ilal jamiati, mutakhiratan, sorry. Now remember, hal and sahibu hal have to match. If the sahibu hal is masculine, then we use the hal in its masculine form. When the sahibu hal is feminine, we use the hal in the feminine form. Here the first one we are talking about zahabtu, right, zahabtu, I, in the masculine form. So we are saying mubakkiran or mutakhiran. Now we are talking about Layla. Layla went to the university late, mutakhira tan, not mutakhiran, mutakhira tan. That is the difference, right. Sahibu hal is muannas, tautanis, yes, there, exactly. Number 3, zahabadat tabibatu al yawma, the lady doctor came today, ilal mustashfa, to the hospital, mubakkira tan, early, mubakkiran, mubakkira tan. This is a very high level introduction of hal and sahibu hal, and I think it is a good introduction. So we should have no issues there. Number 9, kawwin jumlan mustamilan al kalimatil atiyati, make these words daiman, ahyanan, mutaakhiran and marratan ukhra. Marratan ukhra means once more, once again. Use these in a sentence. So you can try that at house, at your home, try to make the sentence, and these sentences are in the book as well, in the lesson as well. So use those sentences and try to understand them. Last one, al kalimatul jadidatu, the new words. Daiman, always. Ahyanan, sometimes. Marratan ukhra, once again. Maktabun, office. Amilun, worker. Taulun, length. Ardun, width. Masafatun, distance. Kilometrun, kilometer, we know that. Centimetrun, centimeters. Mitrun, meters. Amila, he did. Faala, amila, he worked. Faala, he did. Rakiba, he rode. Raka'a, he prostrate, and sajada, he did sajda, right. That is the end of our lesson number 10, inshallah. Inshallah, we will begin next class with lesson number 11. We'll end our class with the dua. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha laha ma kasabat wa alayha maktasabat. Rabbana la tu'akhizna in nasina aw akhtana. Rabbana ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ.